It's me, Flyersguy, and welcome to another edition of Throwback Flyersguy. I'm your host, Flyersguy. And I'd like to come on here and talk about my memories of G4tv, a channel about video games. I stumbled upon the G4 network sometime around 2002. I was finishing up my first year of high school, 9th grade, and the summer was coming up. And I was flicking around channels, and I stumbled upon a station called G4tv. And the first show I saw was Blister, and then followed by Filter. Blister was hosted by Bill Sindelar. Filter was hosted by Diane Zoda. I watched that, and I really liked Filter. I liked Blister. And this was a channel that would show you games that were going to come out either in the fall or whatever. So I watched G4. I also watched a good amount of shows on that channel. I also watched Cheat, hosted by Corey Rouse, which was a show about cheat codes in video games. Blister was a show about upcoming video games that were getting ready to come out. Filter was a top 10 video game TV show. And there were other shows on there. Shows like the 1970s classic Starcade, which was an old show where contestants played video games. It was like a precursor to Nick Arcade in a way, but it was a very good show. I also watched a show called Sweat, which is about sports games. Wasn't really into that much, unless they were talking about NHL games or something like that. I also checked out a show called Players, which was a show about celebrities discussing their favorite video games, giving tours of their houses, giving tours of their video game rooms, etc. There was also another show called Portal. I watched it occasionally. It was a parody of It was a parody of RPG games, PC RPG games, like EverQuest and Asheron's Call and all those games. So I was really invested in this new cable channel. I also watched a show called Arena, which was about video game competitions. G4tv was such a great show. And I watched it from 2002 all the way to, I would say, 2004. I tried it out in 2007 when a couple of new shows came out. Like the show Game Shakers. I really liked that show. G4tv had so many great bumpers advertising video games. Another great show was the show Cinematech. It would show screenshots of video games. Kind of the precursor to what you see on YouTube. So in a way, I love G4tv. And then there was another great show I got to talk about. It was G4tv.com, which was a message board type show where they would answer questions from viewers that were gamers. G4tv was going through some competition with the channel Tech TV. Tech TV had a show called X-Play. G4 was able to obtain X-Play and put it on their station when they merged with Tech TV. X-Play was the only good thing to come out of that merger. As soon as exclamation G4. The channel just quickly started to become less interesting with the merger with Tech TV. Viewers tuned out to G4tv, but in a way I like to come on here and remember the good times with G4tv, one of the greatest video game channels of all time. First, unfortunately, it didn't last very long. It became a defunct cable network. G4tv suffered some horrible fates. From a channel that showed video games and talked about video games, the only thing they ever showed was reruns of Cops. And that was the fate of G4tv. I'll always remember G4tv. Whenever I was having a bad day at school, I'd put on G4tv.com. And I forgot to mention the news show that they did called Pulse. I love that show as well. I would come home after school, on a bad day at school. Whenever I had a bad day, I put G4tv on. It helped me get through a lot of bad times in my life. It helped me rediscover what it's like to be a gamer. And ironically, when G4 went out of business, that was the time I stopped playing video games. And the reason for that is because I lost the strength in my hands to hold a game controller, lost the strength in my hands to play all my favorite video games. And the irony is, it was the same time G4 started to go downhill. So in a way, I like to remember G4. I like to remember the good times. Whenever we needed cheat codes, whenever we needed a top 10 list to tell us what the best games were, whenever we needed somebody to talk about sports games, G4 was there. Whenever we needed to know which games were good, G4 was there. And let's not forget the great show of Judgment Day, hosted by Tommy Tellerico. And, hold on a second. Alexa, who is the host of the G4 TV show, Judgment Day?
From IMDb.com.
Alexa.
Judgment Day is
Alexa.
a show where the two hosts, Tommy and
Alexa.
Victor, review games and hardware.
Okay. Tommy Tellerico and Victor Lucas were the hosts of Judgment Day. Judgment Day, well, if we needed a show to tell us which games weren't good, and which games were good, and which games were bad, Judgment Day was there for us. G4tv was always there for us. It was a network. It was a little network that could. And the reason I say that because one of my earlier videos was called G4tv. A little network that could. Where I showcased a lot of G4tv commercials and bumpers. G4tv will always be in the hearts of gamers. Whether we be gamers or former gamers, G4tv stays with us. And the network may be gone, but the memories stay fresh in our minds and in our hearts. Thank you for joining me, everybody. And if you remember G4tv, please tell me what your favorite memories on G4tv are in the comment section below. Thank you, and have a great day, everyone.